Happy Monday, everybody. Uh, this is our chance to crush a brand new week. I'm so excited about all the momentum that's happening, the alignment that's happening, really, um, and the shifts that are happening, first internally and then externally. Because when it happens the other way around, it's not sustainable, we know. But when that internal shift happens, all of a sudden, it's just a new way of life. It's not just some a quick fix. It's a whole new way of life, of alignment, of productivity, of fruitfulness. So, what are y'all experiencing? What are y'all experiencing right now? What is in alignment? What's shifting? What are you experiencing that's shifting right now?
Well, I can tell you that we putting a lot of emphasis on tap rooting and and other other than that, I was going through the team. I was sharing with the team last night how we want to go, how many levels deep we want to go rooting this week through your team. Who can you put me on the phone with? But personally, coach, you know, I went to sleep listening to the 12 week year last night. I mean, I listened until I fell asleep, and then I woke up and it was still on, and I kept listening to it. And that thing is so deep, and it shows you how to structure, how to set those goals, and the lag, and uh the focus. And one thing it said was, uh, it said, have the courage to say no to the things that distract you. And I thought about not just me, but some of the core people on the team that how to distract. And I was thinking that if in the in that in the 12-week year, I was saying if we put our goals down. I know Pam been doing this, and Pam is inspiring all of us. If we write our goals, if we keep our goals, if we don't be distracted, if we have a schedule, it was just talking about having a schedule about everything. And he was giving different examples, and 4 hours doing this, a couple hours doing that. And he was telling a few stories, while I was listening to it, how when you plan your life, not just on our business, but pertaining to our business, when we plan our life, when we plan our business, we strategically set goals and we go after those goals. And it was one word I can't remember offhand, but it just struck me as far as being that focused and achieving, what's the word I'm looking for, and achieving what we set out to do. And it was just powerful. That 12-week year piece. If we if I was just thinking, if we follow that 12-week year, what would not just my business look like? What would all of our business look like? Look what our team business would look like. So that's what's shifting for me. I you know it just struck me last night, and so I want to hear it again and hear it again, and I want to implement it. You know me, Coach. It's not a training unless you implement it, right? So I want to start implementing, and I know again, Pam's been really goal setting and following her goals, and I want to do that as well. So that's what I wanted to share. That's where I am now. Uh, with my mindset.
Love it. Love it. That's so good. And what's the count so far?
Uh, we are at think we are at we're still low. Let me pull it up. I'll let you know. And I know we have two Performance Club qualifiers, two recruits, and we're under a little under three premium 300 premiums a month. But I'll get the exact number
So far, so far. And
so
and uh
far.
and uh and you said and what's going well with activity?
Uh, well, I'm encouraging. The three ways have kind of slowed down with, but what is going good is just encouraging everyone to pick up the three ways, to pick up the pace. And so even though things are slowing a little bit, that's when we want to grind harder. So that's what's going to be going well. More three ways this week, more launches, and just the activity.
Love it, love it, love it. Let's show some love for Team Bailey. Whoop whoop.
Ooh, way to go, sir. Way
Whoop,
to go.
whoop.
Yes, sir.
And
Whoop, whoop.
Mr. Bailey, I see. I mean, you got the infrastructure. You got um, three or four legs that are. I know you got what, five legs in activity, but you got like three or four core legs who are becoming core leaders. And I see platinum. I see platinum. It's in a blink of an eye. I can see one slight shift where it all just comes together, the compound effect, and boom, it's right there. So don't be surprised if it happens like right now.
Right
Mr.
now, and I'm looking
Like,
forward. Coach. I'm receiving that, and I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to keep grinding while it's happening.
yes, sir. Mr. Boone.
Yes, sir. Um, first just a quick comment, um, just regarding Mr. Carruthers' uh training last night after coming from the was it A&M? I forget any with the acronym anyway. Uh but just thinking about the fact that we're in an industry where the industry leaders, you know, seven-figure income is like the norm, you know, for industry leaders. And knowing that, you know, most of us came out of a job background where a six-figure income was like, the top. And here we are where seven-figure income is the new, and it's just a whole different shift about where we are in terms of our opportunity for income potential and lifestyle for the future, and what we'll be able to do in terms of impact long term, what we can leave to our families. And just really, get in a fresh perspective on, the possibilities, and knowing that we just have to put in the work, put in the effort, be focused, have the discipline, and to make it happen. And it is possible for all of us. So that's, just first thing. But that said, just in terms of tap rooting, um, I've probably been in touch with, I think three out of my four legs this weekend. But more focused for me is my personal activity. This weekend, since Friday, and I've personally invited at least over 200 people to an event that I'm hosting this evening. And so my goal is to tap my own network, um, my personal network. And through this event tonight, I'll be tap rooting. I've got out of 200 people that I've invited, I've got about 40 who've replied. We'll see how many actually show up. But, if 10, 12, 15 show up, my goal is the next 10, 12, 15 new people to tap root through. And so that's my focus is, just taking the reins, taking responsibility of who I know and what I can do with my own personal contact list, and not having to wait on, rely on, depend on, what someone else on the team may or may not do, because I know what I have control over myself. So that's where I am.
That's strong. And what are the updates, results and activity updates? Well, you already gave
Uh,
the activity update.
yeah. Currently showing 292 in premium. Two recruits so far for the month. And I believe we are at 4 PC qualifiers.
Love it. Congrats in advance on all that momentum. What you're doing, I mean, what you're doing is the epitome of leading by example and flooding the pipes, like flooding the pipes. You are ensuring momentum, and it's going to pay off big time in the short term and in the long term. So, congrats in advance. You're the way you're bringing in people. Your network are full of people who are professionals or leaders as well. So don't be surprised when you got uh, 4 different legs that go executive in their first 30 days. As we are facilitating this culture of tap rooting, family, here's what's about to happen. And I was doing my boot camp yesterday. And when I showed that slide with the 4 legs, driving those 4 legs deep to platinum, I pointed out to everybody that the legs are like actually written in like reverse order. Like the first leg says the one with Don, Cindy, and Eva and Natasha Decine. The second leg says, I think, either Letitia Randolph or Pam Carnes, and then Boone Bailey, and then the fourth one says Clarence. Oh, the fourth one says Clarence with Letitia. But those those were the legs. It's listed in order when we went platinum this year, but it's actually in reverse order in terms of when those legs were started. And you'll notice that the EDs came deeper down, and Clarence's leg that led to Letitia, and my sister's leg that led to Amadi and Bailey, and Martrell's leg that led to Eugene and Pam. But and when you look at the one that says leg one, 3 out of those 4 EDs I personally sponsored. And what I pointed out is that what's the difference? Like what happened where more of the EDs are becoming people that I personally sponsored versus before I had to find them in depth. Well, a big part of that is that of who I've become. And I become a faster launcher. I become more effective at launching people myself, and the more effective I become at launching people, and the more and sometimes it's not even effective. It's just focusing on it. Like we all know how to do it. It's just the more laser focused, that fuel, focused, urgent, enthusiastic labor. The more focused I become on dream, commit, launch. The more focused and what's the word I'm looking for? The resolve that you're going executive in your first 30 to 90 days. That's the phrase. You're going that resolve. I'm launching you to executive director in this month. That's the shift. That's the shift. And I didn't have that back in the day as much as I have in recent years, where I'm like, there's no reason I don't launch you all the way to director in your first month, which takes care of executive director that same month. There's no reason not to. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm launching you. So that mindset, that posture, that conviction, that resolve, I can see that happening for you, Mr. Boone, with all the quality people you have in your network, and that level of focus. And so last thing I'll say on this is there's going wide and there's going deep, not just in placing, but in terms of focus, just focusing wide, meaning how many people can I recruit? But the only reason to go wide is to go deep. The only reason for Mr. Boone to go bring in a whole bunch of people to his networking event and recruit 10, 15, 20 of them is to go deep down and drive it deep, 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 deep. That's where all the gold is. That's where the oil is struck. That's where the diamonds are, in depth. And when it comes to when you do tap root somebody, you're not looking for a whole bunch of people. You're looking for one person to Taproot? One. Who's the one person I'm finding from this person's list? And then who's the one person I'm finding from that person's list? And who's the one person I'm finding from that person's list? And how many levels deep can I do that today? Today, in the next 3 hours, how many levels deep can I drive this leg by finding one through the one through the one? All right, Miss Randolph. Well, let's make some noise for our next platinum, Mr. Amadi Boone. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Miss
Good
Randolph,
morning.
what's
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. The count is 359 out of 1,400 plus so far. Well, for first level of executive. And then 2 recruits so far and 3 Performance Club qualifiers so far. And the recent shift is focus. Coach Bell invested time in me this week. He always does, but invested some extra time with me this weekend talking through really that 12-week year concept, but starting with the divine alignment so that I could work on my divine assignment and then walk in divine authority. And that always resonates with me when that connection is made, and make sure I take the time to really hear from God as we do this business together. And then focusing and really having that time planned out and the strategy and the 3 main goals and all of the reasons for those goals, and mapping that out and charting it and using, actually, if you all remember, Coach sent us, I don't know, maybe you all were really good and used yours. I put mine to the side, never used it, but the self journal came in an orange box. And I pulled that out. He mentioned it. It's like, I still have mine. I know exactly where it is. And I was happy to know where it was for once. So I went and got it, and we walked through it and talked through it, and have all these things filled out in there for really planning and being intentional about my goals. So that's what I'm most excited about right now. And it just provides another clarity, another level of clarity, and clarity helps you to move because you're not trying to figure out where you're going. So I'm excited about that. And that's where I'll leave it for now.
love it, love it, love it. Let's make some noise for Team Randolph. Whoop, whoop.
Thank you.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And you got you got so many pastors and leaders and influencers in your organization. It's astounding. And one of them just woke up because of the text messages. Because I, when I implemented what we talked about with the Reach app, and I downloaded the CSV file for different states, for the larger states that I'm promoting. So when an event is coming up, I can click one button and promote it to send a text message to everybody in the state in the genealogy. And sure enough, one of Letitia Randolph's influencers in their organization started engaging with me. And in that dialogue about coming out to the events, who do you know in this area? She ended up re-recruiting herself, and she's in time of transition and becoming core starting in September. And she'll be joining me at the events. And she's already an influencer. She and her husband were pastors of a church before. She's a local business owner. So people are just coming out. I mean, I have a story like that in every leg where all things are being added to me. Like people are coming to me. I got another somebody, a new recruit last night, just texted me out of the blue. Hey, I was looking for a sponsor, and basically they were interviewing sponsors locally. They used to be in the business years ago, and said, yeah, I called the home office and I've contacted 3 or 4 different associates, and then you stood out on the page. She didn't know who I was, but uh, that alignment is so real. Divine alignment, divine assignment, and walking in that divine authority, everything must come. All right, Miss Pam Carnes, what the heck? He's just going to take first place in all the leaderboards, and it's just a byproduct of what's happening. What's the latest and greatest?
Whew, good morning, everybody. So we're still at 1084. I do have about 150, well, about 100 of premium sitting on my desk waiting for an appointment of an agent. We recruited another person last night who was a member transition to associate under Lorene. So that'll put us at um, 9 associates so far, 9 recruits so far, 1084 plus 100, about 1184. We'll close out the rest of that today for sure. We had a phenomenal weekend though. I had 2 private Zoom calls yesterday, one with 14 guests, and the second one with 12 guests. So they happened 5 o'clock yesterday, then 6 o'clock yesterday. And so that's exciting. One was under Lorene, her daughter Angela, and then the other one was under Laverne with Miss Kathleen Moore. We expect to definitely convert both of them to managers in these next 24 to 72 hours. We have about 20 people that are still within their fast start qualification timeline, some for fast start, some for manager, but those 20 people will expire on this Thursday. So we have been focusing on who is working, active, and desires to have it. And those are the folks that we're working with so we can get them to the next level. We have 4 people get promoted last month. No, I'm sorry, last week. So so we celebrated them last night. I had already made their promotional banners, and so they were so excited. Let them do a little talk. But what I love about what's happening is the culture and camaraderie that's happening on the team, and I know it has everything to do with the speed of the leader. So what I'm doing is trying to demonstrate um, what to do in the business, and it is inspiring other people. The difference between last Sunday's huddle and this Sunday's huddle was 10x. They were so excited. They come on, Miss Carnes, come on, Miss Carnes. I'm like, no, it's not Miss Carnes. It's the team. It's the team. So I copied as many of the charts that you put up, and I post them in my huddle group so that they could be reminded and see all of their names on the list. 6 people already Performance Club qualified, several people getting promotions, getting paid. And so people are just excited. I got a couple of really strong leaders who I already know with the right focus, they're going to do their own greatness. And people who I had spoken to, a year ago, 15 months ago, who became members, now like their sister is involved in the business, they're stoked. They're like, oh, the lady told me yesterday at church, she said, you were keeping secrets from us. I said, what secrets? She said, you didn't tell us we could be in the business. Now, y'all know I don't talk to nobody and not tell them they can be in this business. And I just said, really? I told you, you guys probably just weren't ready for it. That's all. So, but they got enrolled last night. So that's going to be Errol Hillary. You'll see his name a lot. So we are doing team private Zoom calls. I have one scheduled for 5 o'clock today, one scheduled for 6 o'clock today, and then one scheduled for 7 o'clock today. And we're just going to keep running just like that all the way through the end of the month. I'm going to Indianapolis on Friday. I have an associate that lives in Gary, Indiana. She's driving 2 hours over to Indianapolis. She's going to be there with me for the weekend. She's inviting friends and family that are in that area. So we're going to be growing not just in Texas, but all over the US of A. I think that's all
Come
I
on
got for
with
now. I got to get on another call.
Make some noise for Team Carnes next platinum executive 6-figure ED maker. Woo woo.
Woo, woo, woo,
Whoop,
woo, woo.
whoop.
Thank you, Marty.
Pam.
Marty, thank you for that inspiration, brother. I've been watching you. I'm like, how does this guy always get all these people out to his event? What is he doing? And doing 2 business plans last week. That was so sweet. The only thing that I was disappointed by was that I'm qualified senior director, not executive director, so I missed $200. But that's all right because it won't happen again. So 2 business plans every week, man, that'll change the whole game for everybody.
There you go.
That's
Let me
almost
go
six
over to
figures
this
right there.
director and above call with Houston, Texas.
All
Let's
right.
crush it, everybody. Let's go crush it today. We got Monday leaders as well. And yes, with Indianapolis, who do we know in that region? Don't forget to log into LS Engage, click on your associate map, active associate report on the map, and pull down those CSV files, the spreadsheet with those regions around, the states in that region around Indianapolis. And let's get some people out there, and let's get some people to get some people out there as well. Letitia Randolph will be in the house as well with Pam Carnes. Let's pack
And
the
I'm
house.
going to be on stage too.
Oh yes, on stage. So let's go, family. ED equals
Every
Every
day.
day.
Every
what
day.
time is it?
Ring
Ring
time.
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 Next stop for your power team.